Standing at the front of your mat, hands in Namaste, notice your feet on the floor. Breathe deeply. We're going to be coming to prepare for WarII. And notice as I say that, a picture comes into your head, more than likely, an idea of WarII. Just note that, and then step back with your left foot a full leg length. Take your right foot out perpendicular to the front of your mat. Bring your left foot in about 45 or 60 degrees. Place your hands on your hips. And again, bring into mind what this picture is you have of how to do WarII. So if you have this idea of WarII, note it. But we're not going to do it exactly that way. Instead, we're going to focus on the hips once again. Remember, these practices are about the relationship of the hip girdle to the spine. So take your hands on the outside of your hips, push forward on your right hip just a bit and pull back on your left hip so that your hips can be parallel with the side of your mat. Notice how much energy that puts into your leg just doing that. Let your back leg move out towards the back of the mat a little further than you normally would. Now, as opposed to just dropping into the posture, I want you to think instead about what we're asking of the muscles. They're going to be taking a lot of pressure in the leg. So let's use the breath. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, drop down towards where you might go in WarII. Bend the knee slightly. Don't drop down to your full extension. Inhale up, exhale down. Do that a couple of breath cycles. The muscles like to know what we're asking of them. Before you come to your maximum, come to what feels good in your body. Now, if your eyes are not open, open them, and the next time you come down, watch with your eyes what happens along the floor in front of you. We tend to move our upper body with our knee. So come back up, and this time what I'd like you to do is pick a spot, a drisdi, right in front of your nose, maybe about 3 feet in front of the mat, but lined up with your midline. So imagine there's a string dropping down from your nose, through your breastbone, your navel, right down through your perineum to the floor. Carpenters call it a plumb bob. There's like a weight right on the bottom of the string, and it's taking right down to the bottom middle of your body. Now, the next time you drop down, and you won't go as far, keep your eye pointed to that spot and drop down. Not forward, but down. You'll notice you won't go as far. Inhale up, exhale down. This is your hips doing the posture, not your legs. Inhaling and exhaling. Next time you drop down, lift your arms parallel to the floor. So you exhale and lift the arms. Inhale up, drop the arms. Make it a flow. Exhale down, drop into it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, let your shoulders soften. Let your hips soften. Try not to think about where your knee is going. Can your arms be Gentle but firm. That back arm tends to give up. Lift it up a little higher. Check it out. Now, can you reach forward with your right fingers, back with your left fingers? Make your shoulder girdle long. This is your warrior two. Breathe and breathe and breathe. And then drop your arms, lift your leg back up, and switch sides. This variation of Warrior Two is not attending to all the specific alignment features that you may have learned. They're very important. But I want you to focus, since we're not going to be staying in the posture too long, on the hips. So, first thing is, hands on the hips. Bring your right hip back and your left hip forward so the hip points are parallel with the side of your mat. Breathe. Find a spot in front of you on the floor and drop through the middle of your body. Your knee may go towards the inside. Don't let your knee splay in. Pull it out. Opening the hips. Come back up. Connect it with your breath. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. A couple of times. Watch your hips. Watch your midline. Next time you drop down, lift the arms up. And then come back up and drop them down. Again, lift them up. And drop them down, straightening the leg. One more time. This time, hold firm and look over that left hand. You recall we didn't look over the hand on the earlier direction because I wanted you to stay focused on the midline. Now, can you be focused on the midline without seeing it? Drop through your pelvis. Drop your shoulders. Notice the energy starting to build. Soften your jaw. Bring a smile to your face. You can play at your yoga. Then take one more deep breath in. Come back up, dropping the arms, and step back to the front of your mat. Very mindfully, very attentively, notice how your feet feel on the floor. Take 5 deep breaths.